Okay, so now we're looking at number 3 for the real estate problem activity in week 9. Charles is preparing to buy a house for which he has an accepted offer of $825,000 with the contingency that he needs to sell the current house to cover the 20% down payment. So that's the down payment of this $825,000. Okay. His current house is listed for an optimistic $575,000 with a balance remaining on the mortgage of $410,000, assuming he has enough to set aside already to cover any other inspection or closing costs. What is the minimum price that Charles can accept and still make his goal? So this one, again, you're just going to state what you're trying to find. So think about that. If you were Charles, you'd want to make sure you had enough money to cover that, like you don't want to go too much lower than that if possible, or is that your bare minimum as it is, right? So does he have any negotiating room to be able to buy this new house? So he has this house to go on to, so you're gonna find whatever, and then you have the down payment you have to cover, right? And then you also, or he also has the mortgage remaining on that house. So it's the old mortgage. Okay, so that one is pretty straightforward, so I'll leave that for you to work on, and just do crunch your numbers here. Part C and D is the sentence. Number 4 is a little more complicated. So we have Tosh purchases a building to house her restaurant. The purchase price was $751,500, and she was required to provide a 15% down payment. The rest of the cost was covered through a mortgage loan. Okay, so we're going to need to know that eventually. 13 years later, the property has risen in value to $823,000. She needs to pay for renovating the restaurant and is considering using some of the property's equity. If 40% of the loan principal has been paid back, how much equity is available to Tosh? So here we're trying to find the equity. Formulas that you need that you may not know would be equity. It's the value that you have left. So it's the new value here, the appraised value is what that would be called in the real estate guide, minus the remaining balance on the house. Okay, so we are given the appraised value here of $823,000, but we don't know this remaining balance, but we have some pieces. We have, we know that the original price was $751,500. We know that there was a 15% down payment, so we can figure out what the mortgage was. So we're trying to, I got to do some multi-steps here. So the first thing would be to find the original mortgage that she had. It wasn't all of this. It was only 15% of that was the down payment. So we can say that she had to pay 85% for the mortgage itself. So, or the mortgage was 85% of this $751,500. And I'll let you crunch those numbers on your own. But whatever you get for that value then will be the original mortgage that she had. And now there's 40% is paid off of that. So we can look at saying 40% was paid off. So 60% is remaining, right? So you can figure out what the remaining balance is by taking 60% of whatever that number is. And then you can write out your sentence here. So I hope that helps you get started. Again, just send me a Canvas message, or you can submit through comments. Or if you do regular email, make sure you say what class it is. And it's always helpful if you attach your work that you've tried so far. Sometimes you just might want to know if your answer's right, if you're on the right track, that kind of thing. That's totally fine. So I hope that helps you sort out what you need. Again, you could, do most of this without watching the video. The video is there to give you a guide and some tips. Have a great day.